welcome to CodeLad. I am Ali and this is the sixth tutorial of CSS series. So in the last tutorial we take a look at display CSS properties, and in this tutorial we're going to take a look at position property of CSS. So let's head over to Sublime Text, and the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to create a div. Now I will give it a class of say static. Now there are four values of position. I'm going to explain all four of them. So the first one I choose static, so I will write static and I should write something in it. Let's say this is static. Save it and let me first run it and show you it's running properly. Okay, so just to make it more clear, I will just add a border. Spelling mistake. There you go. Okay, now what position do is I will write this is position. What position do? It's explaining itself by its name. It telling HTML what position the HTML tag should be in when it's displayed on the web page. So the first one is position static. Sorry. So what is static? Static is like static is nothing. It remains as it is. What static does is actually it does nothing. You see, I have applied static and I refresh, nothing happens. That was just a border. Nothing will happen with static. I have never used static in my life or have seen anyone use static. So just don't use it, or if you want to use it, it has no use basically. I have never come across a use of static. So let's go to the next one. I will create another div and I will give it a class of relative, and I will also write something in this like this is relative, and I will go here and dot relative and copy this border, paste it here and give it a position. Wait, before I give the position, let me show you. This is relative. Now what relative does is it let us add some positioning of left and right. Let me show you, as I always, because it's easy to show than to explain. So first of all I will add left. I think you're familiar with left, right, top, bottom. It's used to position any div element or any other element you can position. If you write left, it will move left, like I say 20 pixel, it will move left from the 20 pixel. Go here, refresh, but it didn't move. Why? Because to apply these left, right, top, bottom, we need to use the position relative. When I use the relative, go here, refresh, and you see now it's left 10 pixel. I can write top, say 30 pixel, save it. Now it's 30 pixel from the top. You see. Now the third one is, for the third one I'm going to put it on the top, so it's easier to explain that way. It's fixed. Now I'll just write the word fixed in it, save it, go here and dot fixed, and for that I will give it first of all, let me show you. This is fixed right now. Okay, I will give it a background color of red. Okay, and there you go. So as you can see, it is taking the whole web page space, a whole line space, but when I will add the position fixed to it, it will only take a specific amount of space. But that's not the benefit of fixed. Fixed it not to set a small space for that tag. It fixed is used for this. When I scroll, wait a minute, I forgot to add this. To see what really fixed is, we have to add a height of say 2000 pixel, 2000 pixel, and I will refresh it. And when I will scroll it, as you can see, now it is fixed at a position. It is not it is not scrolling as I scroll. It is only fixed at a specific position. The relative and static, as you can see, they can be scrolled, but the fixed is fixed. So I think you have understood it fixed. If you have any problem with it, do ask me, because it's a important one. Now the last one is also an important one. For the last one to work, I have to write it inside a div. So I'm going to write it inside a div of relative, and here I will give it a class name of absolute, and I shall write something like it is absolute. Okay, now I'll go here, and the first thing I will do is I will remove these two, left and right. They're not required. So, and I will give it a width of say 1000 pixel and a height of how much, 500 pixel. Yeah, great. And dot absolute, I think, I wish the spellings are right, and I will give it a width of say 200 pixel and a height also 200 pixel. Save it, and I should also add a border to it. So save it and go here, refresh. This is relative, and inside that relative is the absolute. Now what I'm going to show is I will first add what I should add left. No, I should add right of 10 pixel and top of say 30 pixel. Okay, and I will add the position relative for now. I will go here, refresh. I have added the relative. There's a 10 pixel from the right, so it has moved 10 pixel toward the left because we have added it to the right, 10 pixel to the right, and we have added like 30 pixel, I guess, on the top. Yeah, so what if I make it absolute? So what absolute do is it positions that tag according to its parent tag. For example, this absolute tag is inside the relative tag. Over here, as you can see, absolute is inside relative. Now if when I add absolute to it, it will give the right and top according to the relative. So I will go here, refresh. I think I haven't saved it. Yeah, save it. Now I will refresh and it is all changed. Why? Because absolute takes the tag which we have applied absolute to the absolute 0 of its parent tag. So it went to the point where right is 0. So right side over here is right. So it applied 10 pixel from the right. In relative, it maintains its position, but when we apply a right, it will just slightly move to the right. But when in absolute, it don't maintain its position. It goes toward the right and then apply 10 pixels from the right. You following? It's a little tricky one. It's even difficult for me to explain. So I hope you understand this, because these positions are really important one. They are very handy in using when creating web pages. So do practice them a lot, and please ask me if you have anything you need to be explained. I will explain it again to you. So do that, and I'll see you next time. And like the video, subscribe to the channel, and have a good one. I'll see you next time. Wait, I forgot one thing. So as you can see, there's one thing that when I scroll the page, the fixed is fixed, but when it comes to the relative part, the relative is above it, uh, and the fixed has gone under it. So how to fix that? If you want the fixed part to appear above all the time, above all the elements on whole web page. So to do that, there is very simple uh, property of CSS which is called Z index. So what you have to do is the Z index of every element default is 0. So you just have to press 1 and it will be on top. You see, by Z index you can create a layer of different categories and put them on top of each other. For example, if you want the fix to be on top, you can set it to 10. Then you want relative to be below that, you set it on 8, and then the static on 6. Like that you can create a layer of categories there, but it's all on your imagination and logic how you want to design a web page. So again, practice it, and I'll see you next time.